Go ahead. Hi there. Hey, there's been a story that I read a while back, and I wanted to do a video about it. It's a good enough story that I thought I should probably share it. Um, I was sitting at my desk, and you know, when you click on your computer, you get these clickbait news stories that you probably shouldn't click on. But this one was about dogs, which I like dogs. Hey, Jim. So I clicked on it, and it was actually pretty good. It's 12 things dogs wish you knew about their feelings, and it just caught my attention. It's a story by Andrew Alpin in Doggo Digest USA. Um, anyway, I read the whole thing. I thought it was really good. So growing up, I learned the importance from my dad to be kind and know that animals had feelings. And I really took that to heart. It was really something that was quite important. And it's never left me. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I wanted to go over most of the points in it and maybe read a little bit of it. But yeah, it also reminded me of something from my childhood that really got me to thinking about it. So when I was in middle school and on the weekend we went to church, I had a Sunday school teacher that also worked at the high school, and I don't know, I don't quite remember, but I don't think I cared for the guy too much, but I guess that doesn't matter. But anyway, he I don't think he was too prepared, so he just asked us all what our favorite story in the Bible was, and anyway, it was going around, you know, and we each told our favorite story from the Bible, and it came to me, and I said, well, the one about the talking donkey. And quite the Sunday school teacher, he didn't even know that there was a talking donkey in the Bible. He was kind of floored by that. But then I found it, and he was kind of floored by that, which was kind of funny, him being a Sunday school teacher. But maybe people don't know, but there is a talking donkey in the Bible. So in the book of Numbers 22:21 through 35, just telling you where it is if you want to look it up. There's a story about a rebellious prophet that decides to use his station in life to make some extra money, and it makes God kind of mad. Anyway, the story is about him riding off to go do something bad that he shouldn't do, and God sends an angel to kill him. Well, the donkey saves his life 3 times by being stubborn like donkeys are. Well, donkeys aren't really stubborn, but they're smart and they want to preserve themselves. And they do get quite attached to their owner. And in saving his life, he was also saving the life of his master. And the reason the story is interesting is because it gives a pretty good object lesson. One, which is kind of ironic. The guy being a prophet didn't see the angel, but the donkey saw the angel. The donkey perceived something there that the man who had vision didn't see. That's the first object lesson. The next object lesson is that the donkey, his mouth was opened by God so that he could speak to the prophet about the injustice of being beaten by this guy for saving his life, which was interesting. It's another object lesson then, that how you treat somebody unjustly or treat an animal unjustly isn't a good thing. That's an object lesson in itself, that he didn't consider the feelings or what the animal was trying to tell him until, ironically, the donkey's mouth was open. The story carries elements of irony and humor, as the serious situation of a prophet being reprimanded by a donkey. It is quite funny, and it just goes to show how foolish we can be and how we can actually learn something from an animal, and that animals have feelings and that we need to treat them justly. Whether or not you believe the Bible, that's not the point. The point is the object lesson, and there is something to be learned from it, whether you believe it or not. Now, back to the article, it's saying dogs are more than just a furry companions. They are emotional beings with a rich tapestry of feelings, which is true. There's 12 insights that dogs wish you knew about their feelings. The first point in this article is they feel happiness just like us. Dogs are capable of experiencing joy and happiness much like we do. Yeah, that's true. It's really neat, and their enthusiasm is infectious, and it can really lift you up. One of the things is when you come home, they're overjoyed, and I think for some people that have a tough life, to have a genuine love and happiness that you're coming home is pretty important to a lot of people. You know, some of us don't experience that. We don't, if you're not appreciated, you're happy at least to have your dog appreciate you when you get home. It can mean a lot. I know there's a lot of people that just having the happiness of a dog around them can really lift them up, and that's a really important thing. The next point is fear. It's a real emotion for them. That's obviously true. The only thing that comes to mind is fireworks and thunder and storms. And a lot of dogs can really have a lot of anxiety about those type of things. We've also seen dogs that have been traumatized by some experience, and there's a lot to that in training. You don't want to reinforce those fears, so you really need to know what you're doing and give them confidence. And that's something that, if you're going to have a dog, you really needed to look into that and not reinforce their fears, but give them confidence that everything is okay. A lot of that is your attitude and not feeding that fear, but really showing them that everything is okay and that they need to be calm. And by you being calm, they're calm, and they sense your lack of fear, and then they feel confident. And there's some of that's desensitizing them to what it is and showing them that everything is okay. There's a lot to it. That's something that people should really understand about animals, that fear is something to be overcome, and they need help to do that. That's probably something that a good dog trainer could help you with, or really study into it. The next point is they grieve losses. Absolutely. Uh, yeah, there's a whole lot of stories I could tell about that kind of stuff, but I'll spare you. The next thing is they experience anxiety. To me, that's kind of the same as fear. Um, Love and affection are at their core. Absolutely. I mean, a lot of them live to be next to you. Kind of depends on the breed, but they just love being around you. And you're their pack leader, or you should be anyway. At the heart of every dog lies a deep well of love and affection. They express through cuddles, licks, tail wags. Dogs are pack animals, and their human family is their pack. The love they offer is unconditional and pure. It's akin to warmth you feel when surrounded by loved ones. Dogs thrive on giving and receiving love. Absolutely, 100%. Now, this one is interesting. Jealousy isn't just a human emotion. Yeah, dogs can feel jealousy. 100%. Um, yeah, a lot of dog fights are over jealousy. Um, and yeah, it's something, you're the boss, you're the pack leader. You need to help them with that emotion and, keep the peace. And the next one, number 7, is they can sense your emotions. 100%. They can tell by looking at your face. Sometimes it's like they just know. I think they can smell how you feel. And that's probably true, more true than we know. When you're happy, they mirror your joy. As if they have an emotional radar that tuned specifically to your beloved human. This sensitivity is akin close to a close friend who can tell when something's off, even if you haven't said a word. Yeah, that is so true. Now, this one is important. Number 8, routine provides comfort. Sometimes that's hard, but it's also good for you as owner. Getting up in the morning, letting them out, or taking them for a walk. You really need to do that at the same time. Feeding them at the same time. They live off of routine. They know your habits, and they live off of that. They know when you get up. It's kind of funny because one of the things is when I don't get up on Saturday, they're upset. I want to sleep in, obviously. So they're used to the routine of me getting up every day. And then on the weekend, when I change that routine, they're going to let me know about it. So it's not often, unless my wife helps me out, that I get to sleep in because they're not going to let me do it. They like that routine of knowing that you're going to get up and you're going to let them out, take them for a walk, feed them, and do those things that you normally do. And they also know when you come home at night, that's a big deal. All those things are a big deal to them. And they're not the only animal that's like that. Most domesticated animals are attuned to human regularity, and it's an important thing. I don't think people realize how important that is, that you have a routine with animals and they kind of depend on it. And it's good for you also. I know the dog that I had prior to my dog Jem, as you see in this picture, she was somebody I took for a walk, and that walk was very important to me, for my health even. So a routine is very important. Number 9, playfulness is a form of expression. Play is more than just fun for dogs. It's a way for them to express themselves and relieve stress. Engaging in play allows them to use their energy Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's what we do. We have this thing on the weekends where we put them in the car. They get all excited about getting in the car. Then we take them to the end of the road. It's very rural, so they get to run down the gravel road, and then we pack them back up in the vehicle. They love that. That's a form of play. They get to run as fast as they can run to try to catch up to the vehicle, and then they get back in. It's They're overjoyed to do that, and we get a kick out of it too, just seeing them running. It's a lot of fun. Number 10, they value your approval. That thing about you're a good boy. I mean, they really need to hear that. They really need to hear that they're important to you. And the human voice is very important to a dog. They love to hear your voice. They can sense the approval in your voice. And you need to give that to them. And they need to hear it from you that you value them. They can feel and sense that. They can sense your approval. And they'll reward you with that. If you reinforce good behavior, they're going to remember it. The last point is number 12. They cherish your time together. And that's a given. Just like spending time with them, I really enjoyed spending time with you. I hope I haven't rambled too much. Anyway, remember, enjoy your time with your dog. It's precious. They don't have much time on this earth like you do, and they love intensely. Just take that into heart when you're spending time with your dog, that they're not going to be around as long as you are, and enjoy your time with them. If you like this video, let me know. I hope you have. Give me the thumbs up and let me know if you liked it. Thank you for watching and spending the time here. I really appreciate it.